All right, greetings everyone. We are live again, Dynasty Search for Huru. Thank you so much for joining us. As we always do before we get started, we just want to thank you all for the support over the years. Thank you so much for supporting the platform. Also, too, thank you so much for supporting our new venture, One Africa Properties. Again, One Africa Properties, your central source for real estate on the continent of Africa. Again, One Africa Properties. Please go to oneafricaproperties.com. Again, please go to oneafricaproperties.com and let's see how we can help you find your dream property on the continent. Make sure you hit that like button as you come to the chat room. Hit that like button. Also share. And if you're new to the platform, please subscribe. And also make sure you go to the One Africa Properties YouTube page as well and subscribe. And if you're watching from the One Africa Properties YouTube page, and if you're not a subscriber, subscribe and also hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date on everything, all the content that we are putting out. Without further ado, we have one of our One Africa Properties partners on with us, all the way from Rwanda. Rwanda has been a very popular place for the diaspora. We've been getting a lot of inquiries on real estate in Rwanda, how to acquire real estate and whatnot. So we have one of our partners on with us today, Miss Uwimana Claudine, and we're going to be discussing, how the diaspora can acquire property in Rwanda. What are the rules, etc. Miss Claudine, go ahead and introduce yourself. Miss Claudine?
Yes.
I'll say, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Uwimana Claudine and I'm coming from Rwanda, Kigali, and we are here to help each and every one of you, either those who live in Rwanda or outside, especially diaspora, who love to have some properties, either for buying, either for rent. We have different properties, and we are your people. For anyone who would like to have any property in Rwanda, One Africa is here to support you and to make sure that you get your dream home in Rwanda. So thank you so much.
Okay. So let's start off with Rwanda. What's unique about Rwanda? People, again, the diaspora has been attracted and drawn to the Rwanda. Tell us a little bit about Rwanda for those who might not know. What makes Rwanda unique?
Uh, what most people know about Rwanda, they know Rwanda as a thousand hills country and the most cleanest country in Africa.
Hmm.
And also we are very good when it comes on customer care, because we try our best so that our client in all the perspective, either in tourism, also in real estate, to make sure that these people get whatever they need. So, and we are the most secure country in Africa. And also, if you look at it in different places in Africa or Europe, on the properties for sale, technically, I would say that we have the when in a good range when it comes on pricing, and also the quality is very nice. And Rwanda is a developing country, so we'll say like now we're having different projects that are coming up. That is the reason why we are encouraging people to come and invest in Rwanda. And the good thing about Rwanda is that if you are lucky enough to own a property in Rwanda, then it is easy for you to get, I would say, the citizenship. And also, if whether you are Rwandese, whether you're coming from another country, you are absolutely 100% allowed to own a property in Rwanda. And the process is exactly the same thing as a citizen. The only difference is when it comes on the year. The year is different, of course, but we also try to help you if you need to get like the title deed, and we don't say just properties just like that. We make sure that we talk to the owner straight. Then we're gonna connect you with the owners, and we're gonna help you in the processing on how you can get the title deed of your property. Therefore, if you get a property in Rwanda, you are secured. And I'll say also for the people who need to buy, let's say for the investment, for instance, if you buy an apartment in a very nice neighborhood, as I said, Rwanda is a developing country, and we're having so many expertise coming to Rwanda, and we have so many people coming to invest in Rwanda. Therefore, from now and even the future, we are expecting to have more like more summit, because it's like now Rwanda is having is receiving many summit in Africa. Like we were supposed to have this Chogam thing, which is a very good and big summit, but it got stopped by COVID, but they postponed it. So which means if any time comes for the future and it's about to happen, it'll still happen here in Rwanda. And if you look at it on the it's like the demand is higher, but the supplier is less. So therefore, if you buy, if you invest in Rwanda, it is easy to get your return on your investment. So that's what I was saying, because now we are like the country is more focused and promoting the visit in Rwanda, which works mostly about tourism. So we get many visitors and also those who come for work. And we have so many embassies here, we have so many investors here. So it's a very good country, I'll say, for the investment.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now, and guys, I forgot to give the disclaimer. Whenever investing in real estate or just investing in general, anywhere, but in Africa, make sure you still do your own research. Again, when investing in real estate, whatever it is, make sure you still do your own research. Now, as far as ownership, can the diaspora, if you're not a citizen, can you own land? Now, is it a long-term lease or is it freehold where you actually own the land?
It's gonna be a long-term lease. It's gonna be a
Okay.
long-term lease. Yeah. For a certain period, you just have to do like renewable, because it's the same thing we do also as a citizen.
Okay, so even citizens have to, um, um, it's a
We
lease. It's
also
not,
do lease. Yes.
okay. Do you know how long the lease terms are by chance?
If I remember, some time back was around 45 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And is that for for non-citizens as well?
Uh, because I think there was some changes, and I don't want to maybe to say something that I'm not sure about, but maybe after to check exactly what is the role now, we can also inform the our followers and the client
Okay.
as well. Mm.
Okay. Now, as far as what opportunities are there in Rwanda as far as owning land and real estate?
Okay, if you need to own a land, I would say maybe if I catch your question well, it's like if you need to own a land, it's very simple. You just come, or maybe you find it on a website as a One Africa or any other website. Then you get the land, you get more information, and you contact maybe the agency. Then after, you can ask more question about it. But what I'll say is that for those who don't live here, it's always very important to ask for the title deed or ownership of a land or a property before they buy. So what we do, we make sure that before we take a land, before we take a house, we make sure that we have a copy at the office whereby it shows that this particular land or property is owned or is specifically by this person, so that we won't have like some issues when it comes on law. because we are protecting the client. Because most of the clients who need to buy land, some of them they live here, some of them they don't live here. So we try our best to see how we can protect them for maybe buying something, and maybe after some years someone comes and will be like, no, this land was not yours, and then you get like some conflict or some misunderstanding. So we make sure that we get a copy of the ownership when it comes on sale before we update any property on our website.
Okay, is that a common issue sometimes in Rwanda as far as land disputes?
No, I would say so far, to be honest, we haven't had that issue. But as for us, we just do that for the safety, because we don't want a client. We are trying to avoid the client to come back maybe after some times and say like, hey, Claudine, maybe you made me buy this particular land, and you knew maybe that this land after sometimes was not owned by the person that we bought it with. That is the reason why we try our best to have those title deed paper that you get at in the government, just to protect and to be sure. Whereby maybe if it happens after, then we can say like, this is what we have. And maybe if it was maybe some understanding, I don't know. But what I'm trying to say is that we try our best to make sure that we protect the client by having the copy of those documents. Before they buy it, we show it to them. And when they're about to sign their contract of buying, we try to make sure and see, or the consultation, to see if the document we had from the owner, it is the same document they're having when it's about to sign the contract.
Okay.
Maybe I think that's why we haven't had that issue so far. Yeah.
Shout out to brother Jeffrey Robertson. Jeffrey says freehold is possible in Rwanda. It's like a crackling noise on your end. I'm not sure where it's coming from. It's like it's crackling a little bit. Freehold is possible in Rwanda. This is fact, as my wife Rwandan and I own land freehold and have two businesses in Kigali. You must do the research to determine who and how many people own land. That's Jeffrey Robertson. So shout out to Jeffrey.
I'm not getting your voice. It's cracking. Like thing is cracking.
Yeah, I think that's on your end. Yeah, do you have earphones by chance?
Uh, okay. It's just that my phone is about to go down, but
Okay. Yeah, he said. Hold on, she froze up on
maybe.
us. And guys, sorry about the technical difficulties. Miss Claudine, you there? Guys, make sure you hit that like button. And also, make sure you visit oneafricaproperties.com. Again, please visit oneafricaproperties.com as well. And what we'll do, if you guys have any questions in the chat room, um, again, if you have any questions in the chat room, please ask your question. Jeffrey Robertson says, excellent interview. Internet can be an issue in Rwanda. Yeah. Yeah. So, guys, if you have any questions, please put your question in the chat room as we wait for Miss Claudine to come back. Hello, Miss Claudine. Okay, we lost her. Guys, please make sure you put your questions in the chat room so we can address them and ask all of your questions, everyone. Here we go. She's coming back right now. All right, Miss Claudine.
Yes.
That's perfect. All right, we're good to go. Thank you. The earphones
Okay.
have stopped crackling. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so let me read this question one more time. Freehold is possible in Rwanda. Again, freehold is possible in Rwanda. This is fact, as my wife, Rwandan, and I own a land freehold and have two businesses in Kigali. You must do the research to determine who and how many people own land. So,
Okay. Thank you so much.
so thank you for adding that. Let's see, what other questions do we have in the chat room? Let's see here. See, Jeffrey says our sister is absolutely right. Rwanda is a great place to live. Yeah, like I said, it's becoming more popular because we keep getting more inquiries on Rwanda. So, there's something definitely sparking there. So, looking forward to helping those who are interested in acquiring property, to helping them acquire their property in Rwanda. And so, what we'll do, we'll go ahead and we will pull up the One Africa Properties. Sorry about that. We will pull up the One Africa Property site so you guys could check out our inventory in Rwanda. Just waiting for the site to pull up. Okay, here we go. Rwanda. Let's see here. Let me share the screen. Let's share screen. All right, there we go. All right, so see, sorry, so these, sorry, tongue is tied. So these are some of the properties that are available in Rwanda that are on the One Africa Property site. So if you are interested, and we're adding more to the inventory. So what property on here sticks out the most to you, Miss Claudine, that you listed?
Excuse me?
I said, which property sticks out the most to you that you listed? Like, what's one of your favorites?
I would say it depends because they're all my favorites. That's why I took it. But
You said
I would
if you
say
had to choose if you had to choose one, which one as far as
um it depends. It depends because they have different categories. Some of them the apartments, some of them the houses, yeah. But what I would say is that normally we started putting those on rent most of the time. I think we only have one property for sale as a house and some land, something like that. But what I can promise some of our clients or the followers is that we're going to upload more and more and more, and we're going to put more of the most popular properties or like assets that is on sale these days, and also for rent. So maybe they can have a look on what is there right now, but they can also try to find time to review by the end of the week. There are going to be more properties.
all right, somebody said the one, okay, Fabian says the one for 113,000. Let me go back to the screen and take a look at that. So, all right, here we go. Scroll down, scroll down. Here we go. Premium land for sale. All right, so this land that's for sale in Kigali for
Yeah.
$113,000.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us more about it?
130,000. Yeah, the initial idea of the owner of that land was to do a garden, a wedding garden or ceremony garden for the on that area. That's why he tried to put some garden, and there are two toilets for like men and women like down there, and but it's not finished. But the land is very big because it's around it's over 2,000 in Rwanda. So normally you don't. It's not easy to get a land of that square meter. So it's a very beautiful land, and it is on a road, on main road. It's actually tarmac. It's on a main road, and it has like already like it's like the toilet is already built up. The only thing that they have to do is like the finishing, the retouch to make it maybe finished. But I'll say because the place is close to the military hospital and the current airport now that we have now in Kigali, Kigali International Airport. And it is also close to the industry zone. So if someone will buy and put like an apartment, it would be a very good investment because so many people from the industry zone don't have a place to stay. And it is growing every day and every day. Or even those pilots that comes from the airport is very close. It's like 10 or 7 minutes from the plot to the airport. So, and also the doctors, some expertise, doctor in the military hospital, they can also use it as their place to live because now the military hospital is extended. They have a new phase and it is done. People are using it now. So what I'll say like it's a very, very good place because if someone, let's say maybe houses, for instance, like houses, or if you want to make like an apartment, let's say studio, 2 room, 3 bedroom, that would be a very good investment.
Okay, so
I
it was just the
recommend it.
land.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was just the land. It's in Kigali. Um,
Hmm.
but so there's no house on it. You're just buying the land for 110,000 USD.
Yes, because it's really huge. As I said, it's over 2,000 square meters. And it's not
Okay.
easy to get such kind of bigger land in Rwanda now.
Okay. All right. Perfect. 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 Let's see. Any other questions in the chat room? I think we might have already addressed this question, but we'll ask it again. Can you walk through the process from start to finish that a buyer will go through when purchasing real estate in Rwanda?
Okay. The first process is that the client will visit the website and will choose the property that they like. So after they choose the property they like, they have contractors to maybe, of course, they have some information about it, but if you're about to buy like a property, you don't that property. You need more information on someone maybe is on a field. Then I'm talking about someone who doesn't live in Rwanda. So then you ask some questions. Most of the time, we prefer to talk if they have time to talk so that we're going to give them a clear message about the property that we have. And after, we show them the land title for the owner or the property title for the owner so that they are safe of who they are going to buy with. Then after, then it comes on maybe two because some clients like to do some negotiation. Then we contact the owner to see like the how maximum amount that they can do as a reduction, and we contact the client. And then after the negotiation of the amount, the final pricing, then the thing is to see how they can sign contract. So what we do, we send them the draft contract and they go through it. Some of the clients, they do add some of the articles in the contract. Then we give it to the owner to see if they are okay with that article. And some there are some article that they need to be added, some article that need to be removed. It all depends on the two parties on how they understand things. And after they feel like they are okay with the terms and the condition of the contract, then the last process is about exchanging the transfer of the money and everything and the document. Yeah, that's what I'll say. Then when the client already got the paper, the last process is on how to, it's like a transition. I'll say like transition. For instance, if the property was as a Amir, and I'm buying a property from you, and what we do, we sign a contract. But there will be a time whereby we have to go on the district to make like a transition, like from you to me. So most of the time, if people live abroad, the owners do that. The owners do that. Or if probably you have someone who live here, but it's a very simple process because it doesn't take even 2 days or one day. If you have time, you just have to go there, and it's okay. And sometimes we also suggest owners to bring the document is already, it's like when it is already exchanged on the name and everything after the sign, like on the day of the signing. Then from there it's very easy. And also the client who's gonna be like the new owner of the property, they have to check if there is no taxes that was unpaid. How we do that? We consult the Rwanda Revenue Authority that deal with the taxes. You can also see do it with your laptop, or they just remember of the land and everything, and they give you the date or the taxes that they didn't pay. And before you pay the amount of the money is equally to the property, you do minus that one. It's like, let's say for instance, if the property owned by, let's say 3 million francs, I'll give you 3 million francs, and you, uh, including that 3 million francs, it is included the tax that you pay, which means you're gonna give me the property without any tax, zero tax. So some clients, they don't know about that. Some clients, they buy property that has taxes that was not paid. And if you don't ask that, or if you don't get someone maybe who's gonna advise on that one, you can get a property and it has like a higher, let's say for 5 years, 7 years, and it's a lot of money. Even if to be like less money, but I don't think any client will have to pay the property amount and the tax as well. So what we do, we assist them to do that. But it's not a long process. The transition and the paying their taxes thing, you can do it online. It's very simple. There are so many agencies who do it, and you can get them everywhere.
Okay. How long does the process take usually to, purchasing the property and owning it? Like, how long is that process?
It depends. I would say it depends on the client. It depends on the client because the property owner is there and is looking for a client. So if a client is coming and really knows what he's looking for and is okay with terms and conditions of the properties, then it's okay. So the sooner they decide, the sooner they sign the contract and get the ownership of the land or the property. That's what I would say. Because some people, they take 2 days, some people, they take 5 days, sometimes they take 1 week. It depends on how fast they can be. Like for instance, me, I bought a land recently because, of course, me, I live here. I went the same day to visit the land, and after visiting the land, I came back. But it was to open for it was on Saturday, and the bank here on Saturday they don't work like usual hours, so we had to postpone it on Monday. So Monday I went at the bank, I collected the money, I came, we signed the contract, minus the taxes, because as I said, there are so many agencies on the street and the offices. You just go and see like how much taxes that land has. So what I had to do, I just have to pay like the exactly amount that cost the land. The owner pay the taxes before we do the transition of having the land from the owner. And that one took 1 day, and I had to take another time just go to do like for the district, because after you do that, they give you a date. They can tell me maybe come back after 1 week, but that one is on the district. It's no longer on the owner, because already the land is on your name. So what you want on this is just to say the title deed. That's it.
Okay. All right, let's see if
Mm-hmm.
we have any. Let's see if we have any other questions in the chat room. And guys, make sure you go
All right.
visit oneafricaproperties.com. Again, please go visit oneafricaproperties.com. What we'll do, we'll go ahead and start closing out. Miss Claudine, anything else you'll like to share in closing?
I feel like people don't have to be afraid to invest in any nice project, which is simple and where they can get their return on investment at maybe any time. So because like real estate, it's about taking risk, but also it's another saving money. It's more in saving money in a property. You can buy a car, but if you have a bad day, a car can crash and you lose everything. But if you save your money in a property, that is where because property, the more they are coming, the more it gets more value, much more value. So it's okay to buy a property. You can buy it for yourself, you can buy it for your kids, you can buy it for investment, you can buy it for living. But what I would say is that there is no money lost in investing in a property, especially if you know that country is safe, if you know that a country is a developing country, if you know that the country is okay when it comes on tourism and open for the investment or foreigners and like whoever wants to buy, because some countries definitely they have some rules and regulation when it comes to foreigners, or maybe they give some favors on the citizen, and they don't give favors to the foreigners. But here, it's almost the same thing. What you need just to have a will of investing. So the rest is almost the same thing. It doesn't mean that they're gonna make so hard on you because you are not ready. No, no, no. On contrary,
Okay.
they'll make it easier for you not to feel like they're trying to penetrizing you just because you're not ready. Yeah.
Okay. And then
That's
last question.
mhm.
As far as acquiring a property, are there any other ways to acquire property outside of just paying cash? If somebody wanted to finance a property through like a
Mhm.
mortgage or installment plan, is that possible
Mhm.
for foreigners?
Yeah, it's very possible. Very possible. Some people they do mortgage. Some people they do mortgage. So for people who doesn't maybe know mortgage, like you have a title deed. It's like you have a house and you're going to the bank and the bank will take it as a collateral. And if you say to pay, the bank will take the property. If you're okay, you're good to pay, then you have your property. So you can take a mortgage. Some people they like to use Rwanda's bank. Some people they like to use the foreigners bank because they say, let's say for instance in Europe, they give them rate the interest rate of which is less than Rwanda because here they do I think from 10 to 18. So it
Okay.
depends. So mm.
Okay.
What they
But
can do is they need to do the mortgage. They can talk to the bank. Maybe before they contact us, they can talk to the
Mhm.
bank. Definitely they give them the possibility what they can do, and after they can come back to us, and we're gonna help them because that's why we're here.
Okay. Sounds good. Everyone, thank you so much for joining. Make sure you like, share, and
Mm,
subscribe. Until next time, family, Dynasty Mirror, search for Huru. Visit oneafricaproperties.com. Peace.
mm. Thank you so much. You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.